Hey, y'all. We're going to get us a reading for the sign of Libra. As you know, I've already began my pre-shuffle before I press the record button. So, we're going to cut the deck and we're going to get us a reading for the sign of Libra. Now, Libra, bottom of the deck, we got 8 of Spears. So, somebody is trapped in their mind right now. This speaks of, somebody stuck. I'm hearing somebody being stuck with something that they said or something like that. I'm not exactly sure if it's a lot of different people surrounding somebody, and it has something to do with the thoughts of these people about this person. Somebody feels isolated, like they're the butt of the joke or something like that. Okay, so Knight of Brooms. Yeah, okay, this speaks of somebody deciding to take some type of quick action. I'm hearing somebody being quick to defend themselves, somebody being defensive, feeling attacked. This also speaks of somebody taking some type of action, like fearlessly, not necessarily caring about the consequences. Yeah, Devil card, see? Somebody in a toxic bag. It's giving me, like, the Grinch that stole Christmas, like how he has that grin, like that snarly grin. Yeah, okay. So somebody took some type of quick action when it came to them being on some toxic shit. Okay, we got the Knight of Cans and the Fool card. So this Knight of Cans speaks of, somebody being charming. Remember what I said, the snarlish grin, It's giving a smiling face, but somebody is more so hiding their hand. Like somebody is more so thinking about presenting, a offer or something like that. With this Fool card, this speaks of somebody taking a risk, somebody set out on taking a risk, like being determined to see something through as well, too. It's really giving somebody being able to see the danger or sense that, a path that they were traveling would get treacherous is what I'm hearing. It has the potential to get treacherous, right? But they still decided to endure on the journey anyway, feeling as if they had everything that they need. You have an Emperor here. Yeah, see? Feeling comfortable. It's something about a person being like a handyman, a fix-it theyself. It's like a feeling like work needs to be done, but they could do it themselves. Not willing. It's something about somebody being structured, somebody being planted, more so set in their ways. You have a King of Bricks, the Star card, and Tower. Yeah. See, so with this King of Bricks, you see how it's like he's more so tending to the person in the bed. Star card. It looks like she's sleeping and somebody's doing something over her sleeping. And then you have a Tower. See, so this is making me feel like somebody had given another person something or came to another person's aid in their dreams or something like that, in which, again, some type of Tower, it caused some type of sudden change, some type of uprooting energy. But this King of Bricks is giving me some type of like fathering energy. This King of Bricks seems as if actually like he's giving some type of light, like some type of healing or something like that. Like this King of Bricks seemed to be grounded. And with this Star card energy, again, someone may have even given somebody some type of peace token or peace offering, which allowed them to rest. This Star card energy, like, you're protected, you're taken care of. It's something about somebody being surrounded, with sparkle. And with this Tower energy, again, it's giving me some type of comfort in a chaotic moment or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so you have the Four of Cans here. With this Four of Cans, somebody is ignoring, you know, the offerings that they're receiving of help. You remember how I said this Emperor feels as if he has everything that he needs, but with this Four of Cans, it's something that he's not paying attention to. It's something about this Emperor being very stubborn, you know, and it's something about, like, them not knowing that they would be in regret or they would be in disappointment, you know. Right, Five of Bricks. Because this Five of Bricks speaks of some type of loss, you know, somebody going through some type of lack. It's even giving me somebody being sent out to take some type of action. In order to secure some type of, like, it's really giving me somebody being used, though. It's like a, you know, like a little flunky type of energy. See, Magician in the reverse, that's what I'm saying. This speaks of control. This speaks of, like, somebody having some type of narcissistic tendencies, you know. Somebody, like, being forceful is what I'm getting as well, too. So, what's going on with this Knight of Wands energy for Libra? What is this? You have the World card and Temperance. So it's something about you, you know, taking some type of quick action and being fearless when it came to some type of exploring, first of all. Because, you know, the World card speaks of closing out a cycle. So something was completed, you know, wherever it was, whatever environment that you was in. And it seems like, you know, a door more so was open to you for you to explore more possibilities with this Temperance energy. You know, I'm hearing something about you calming a fire or something. You know, this Temperance energy speaks of somebody balancing something out. This speaks of something going on long enough. You know what I mean? It's even giving me, like, you know, an overflow of intuition. Something about somebody's intuition overpowering their passion. Or, what's going on with this Temperance energy? Sun card. Okay. So it's something about you being filled with joy. It's really giving me some type of heartfelt energy. The Sun card speaks of, like, a harmonious energy. Something about some shoes. It's also, you know what I mean? It's really giving me, like, you really being happy is what you were seeking. That's more so the path that you were on, like happiness, peace, something more calm, you know. It's really giving me, like, a maturing type energy. Two of Brooms, right? It has a lot to do with, you know, you exploring, you having different ways that you can go about a situation, different actions that you can take. But it's given that you begin to use your foresight, you know, with your movements. It's something about, you know, you being led. I feel like once upon a time you didn't even understand what you were being led by, but you just knew it was certain things that you felt in your body and you took certain actions. You were to take certain actions. What's going on with this Two of Brooms? You got the Page of Brooms. It's something about you being inspired to take some type of action. You know what I mean? It's really, I'm hearing to create a change or some type of action, to do something different. It has a lot to do with some type of victory, like calming things down. You may have felt as if, you know, your world was chaotic or the things around you were chaotic. Seven of Cans. Right. It has a lot to do with different options. You know what I mean? A lot of different things just being in the air. I feel like you had a lot of different ways that you could go about a situation, and that may have been what was intimidating. You know what I mean? It's giving me a lot of different thoughts too. You know what I mean? When it came to this action, like you feeling inspired, like you can take action. You were very passionate. And you have Eight of Wands, which speaks of some type of quick change when it came to your perspective, the way that you were seeing things. It's like, as soon as you begin to explore, you know, it's really seeming like the options begin to open up to you at a rapid rate, you know. You may have felt as if you didn't know what to do, like which way, you know, to go. For some of y'all, this may have been a job, like, you know what I mean? A job running its course. You have Judgment. See? So somebody got in a toxic bag and tried to call judgment on you when it came to this World card, when it came to you exploring, when it came to your different options. Somebody tried to get their spiritual team involved, is what I'm hearing. But it's like for the wrong reasons. They wanted to restrict you. They wanted you not to be able to leave, you know, and do this exploring that you were desiring to do. See, Queen of Brooms, that's what I'm saying. Somebody wanted you not to be able to take action. It has a lot to do with your healing. Somebody wanted your healing to be slow down. It has a lot to do with you being desirable as well, too. Like, somebody didn't want you to be seen. I'm really hearing that people didn't want you to be seen. It's something about them feeling dim around you. You may have been told that your personality was too big. You know what I mean? It's really giving like somebody wanting you to dim, right? But I just heard, you know, that Cardi B on that Put It on the Floor, when she say you hoes don't do enough, that's why I always do the most type energy. It's something about your personality. And what I'm getting is, for some of y'all don't even have like a big, bright, booming ass personality. You real calm, you real subtle, you real laid back, and that's even more attractive, even more alluring. Yeah, so you got the Six of Bricks, Five of Brooms. When it came to, you know what I mean, you being able to reap what you were sowing out of a situation, somebody wanted it to be, you know, conflict for you. They wanted it to be like hard for you only because, you know, they wanted to compete with you. It has a lot to do with your public recognition again, like not wanting you to be seen. Yeah. But it's giving you reaping what you sown. Is this Sun card, you know, you being able to have this walk, you being able to, you know, provide this light, you being able to be in this happy, this joyful, this all is well, you know. It has a lot to do with your vitality, like your energy, I kid you not. Yeah. Somebody was trying to figure out how to compete with you, though. Again. It has a lot to do with the way that you are seen, and therefore the way that people will support you. Is really giving somebody knowing that you would be successful because of the kind heart that you have, and I'm feeling a certain type of way because of that. Look, Hermit energy, that's what I'm saying. It's something about this being internal, this being guided by this light. With this Page of Brooms energy, even though things are chaotic, you still know how to, again, tap into that intuition, go internal, seek the truth, and move with the truth. You know, it's no chaos. If you move in with the truth, it's only going to be chaos if you're trying to go against it. You're trying to be restrictive. What's going on with this Hermit energy? Three of Cans, right? It's something with some type of illusions or something like that that was being cast when it came to this Three of Cans, this celebrating this friendship, you know. So you were shown something about some type of actions or whatnot that, you know, people that you considered to be close to you were actually taken. Again, but it's something with you going internal and being able to celebrate these different options that you have as well, too. It's like you don't have to be available, you know, for the nonsense. Exactly. Nine of Spears, you know. Seven of Bricks is giving, you know, something changed quickly. You may have been hopeless or even, you know what I mean, battling some type of depression or something like that. It's something with you feeling concerned with time, like you were going to run out of time. You had to take some type of quick action. Okay, so you were shown, you went internal and you were shown that it was something about, again, some people that you were celebrating with, which wasn't going to end well or something like that. Like it was something where you had to take some type of quick action. You were shown people's true intentions, their true motives, their thoughts, like how they really felt. It's something with you being able to tap in, you know. And again, when it came to this Knight of Cans, this Seven of Bricks, it's something with, you know, you following your heart when it came to what you actually were invested in. It was some type of scattered energy, like where you thought that you were building, you found that people were actually taking your tools. They were stealing your tools. They were stealing, you know, your materials, and you had an incomplete project. It wasn't being built like the way you thought that it was being built. I'm hearing that you expected everybody to be able to play their role because they knew what they were responsible for. Therefore, you weren't checking people work, but you learned that you have to check people work. What's going on with this Seven of Bricks? It's really giving this toxic person, like this charming person, this determined person, you know, that was, somebody was being persistent. I kid you not. But again, that cloaking, how they felt, it's like they were invested in being able to call judgment on you. This Eight of Cans energy. It has a lot to do with you walking away. Like somebody was invested in, you know, you not walking away. But it has a lot to do with some type of hidden emotions. You know what I mean? Like somebody was not being all the way forthcoming. They only showed you or shared with you what they wanted you to know. You know what I mean? It's like giving you just enough to keep you involved. But they had a lot of hidden emotions. Somebody may have thought that you were taking actions that you weren't taking. Somebody may have thought that you were using some type of pretty privilege or some type of handsome privilege. Is really like your looks to your advantage. You know what I mean? What's going on with this Eight of Cans energy? Yeah. It's something about the things that you were doing in order to get your goals met, you know. Like somebody was only showing you things that would satisfy you enough to keep you to stay. And you have Page of Bricks with the Moon card. See? It's something about somebody creating something like hidden. Somebody, you know, was invested. Somebody was working with another person, but it was hidden. See, remember I said that flying monkey energy. Somebody was taking some type of orders. In order to create something new, is given that they weren't thinking. Somebody wasn't thinking. They were focused mainly on the money and getting somebody to give to them, getting somebody to share with them. So that's why they hid these other emotions, these other thoughts, these other feelings. Yeah. See, this competition was hidden when it came to these options, this different exploring the different ways that somebody could go. It's a lot of bickering. It was a lot of hidden bickering. A lot of, you know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of different actions being taken behind the scenes, like for real. High Priestess, look, Ten of Wands. Trying to burden a High Priestess, baby. It was some type of illusions being cast. And again, you have to go internal to actually realize that you were involved in this chaos, that everything was so chaotic around you. I feel like due to this illusion, you thought that everything was fine. You had little intuitive nudges, little warnings, little inklings, little, you know what I mean? But it was easy for you to disregard them because you had disregarded them for so long. But again, once you were forced to go internal and you began to be honest with yourself, like, the people that you were surrounding yourself with, like, they were chaotic. They were quite chaotic. Ten of Wands, yes, the friends was burdening you. It's something about the options. I'm not sure if you had a lot of friends. And see, you may not even had a lot of friends, you know, because it's like I'm the type of person where I was in a situation, you know, and I had like maybe like 5 friends, you know, and it's like when I say that shit got broken down, like, baby, that shit got broken down. It's like, damn, you be like, I ain't even got nothing. How the fuck am I, you know what I mean? And it's like, yes, still. But I feel like what you come to realize too is like, for you not to even have that many people around you, shit really shouldn't even been that chaotic then if it really was nothing going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's something with, again, these extra burdens, these extra steps that you was having to take, even if it was something so simple as minimizing yourself to present yourself as, you know, being regular or something. So you got Page of Spears. It was some type of immature way of thinking, you know, some type of tag-along way of thinking that was actually like weighing you down or bothering you again. And it's like you needed to change. Something had to change when it came to your mindset. So it's given that you set out on some type of journey, Chariot energy, and gained authority. You regain control of your investments. You regain control of, you know, what you were actually involved in, how you actually seen the world. I'm getting like a whole completely different view on the world. What's going on with this Chariot? Nine of Cans, Justice. Baby, you got some type of makeover or something like that. You redid something with your hair. You did something. It's really giving, again, things to more so satisfy you. You began to reach goals. You began to accomplish things. You began to, you know, be more satisfied, be more content with you walking away from this situation, because you're able to take actions. You're able to see clearly. It has a lot to do with you being more free than what you was. Like, somebody was really restricting you. And that was justice for you to close out these restrictions, you know. You more so balanced these scales out when it came to what somebody actually was involved in, what they actually were trying to create. Yeah. You got a Queen of Cans. Hangman energy. This is Pisces energy all day. This Queen of Cans, you know, it's this mothering energy. Do you see this Queen of Cans? It's giving me some type of old, elder, nurturing spirit, right? Because this Queen of Cans is going to make the 10 of Cans. And see, this Queen of Cans is out here, and baby, she knitting, she crocheting, she doing whatever it is that she is doing. You know what I mean? Even in this moment of chaos, somebody learned to master their emotions. They learned to stop being so reactive. They learned to stop being so involved. You know what I mean? It's something with you balancing your emotions, your intuition, to the point where you were able to see the illusions. You were able to see a lot of people was competing with you. A lot of people was actually taking action towards you. You know what I mean? And then it seemed like you started exploring your other options. Okay, well, where am I going to go from here type energy? See? Hangman. It's something about you gaining a completely different perspective. Like when it came to what you actually were healing, what you were nurturing, what you were being compassionate about, what you were being understanding to, Libra. You know, you balanced them goddamn skills right on out, baby. Yeah, you noticed a lot of people was being sneaky. They thought they was getting away with shit. They thought they was getting away with shit behind your back. So it's something about you releasing a certain perspective again and going internal. Seeing what's going on, taking action. You got the 9 of Bricks. Okay. So it has a lot to do with your lifestyle. The road that you have passed, the road that you have passed, the road that you have paved, baby, and the travel that you have. I don't know. I hear it, but I don't know how to fuck. Hey, the road that you have traveled in order to get to where you're at, okay? Yeah. It's something about you being tired, you know what I mean? But you made it. Arrival. Like you made it. Something was burdensome, though, like to your lifestyle, your achievements, your goals, like your satisfaction. Something just didn't fit. This Ten of Wands, these burdens, all this extra shit, you know, when it came to these friends. Yeah, you had to minimize the options, right? Eight of Spirits in the reverse, and release yourself from this mental entrapment, from this immature way of thinking. It was more burdensome than fun, is what I'm hearing, Kinder. Look, baby, some type of divine connection, some type of uniting with your higher self. You, exactly, home base. Yep. And with this Emperor energy is given that you're maintaining some type of structure as well, too. What's going on with this Emperor? See, Five of Wands. This Emperor is somebody who sees what you're doing and they feel regret about your authority. They feel regret about what they actually were invested in, too. Somebody feels disappointed. It's something with somebody trying to antagonize you. They were trying to make you feel a certain type of way about the failures and not about what you were still able to do, what you were still able to accomplish, you know, what you were still able to invest in. Yeah, somebody doubted you. They tried to make you feel bad for what you had. And again, now you have authority and they feel a certain type of way about what they invested in because you're no longer trapped in that environment that they tried to place you in. Ace of Wands in the reverse. See, they don't have a new beginning at this. This antagonizing you, this trying to belittle you, they don't have a new beginning at this. Somebody is having some type of creative blockages. Because again, you done tended to yourself like you're satisfied. You're satisfied, you're comfortable, you're taken care of, period. And you don't walked away from, you know what I mean, whatever action or whatever image, however it was that somebody was trying to paint you, you done healed that. That Queen of Brooms energy. Shit, maybe you used to be a little promiscuous. You used to run around. You used to be the type of person to act on your pretty privilege. But, you know, you kind of toned that down. Like, hey, you know, shit, I got a brain too, or masculine. You like, hey, you know what I mean? Shit, bitch, I got emotions too. I ain't just finna be providing. You know what I mean? Hold on. Like, shit, what, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. It's something about some type of person from the past. You know, this Emperor is somebody from your past. Ace of Brooms. With this Ace of Brooms, you started some type of new project or took some type of major action, which balanced the situation out. Brought justice, some type of truth, some type of honesty to a situation. And you were able to manifest something new, right? Where it's like an equal exchange. You getting out of something, what you're putting into it. And again, in this Sun card, you have everything that you need, all is well. Look, Star card, that's what I'm saying. You have some type of star-like quality. That's why you're comfortable. You know, it doesn't matter. The whole competition, that shit is an illusion, you know. You're not even involved in none of that. Yeah. What's being done over this star while they sleeping? What's being done over Libra? Eight of Bricks. Some type of work. Somebody was working with another person. Apprenticeship. Somebody thought they had mastered having you in this hangman energy. Feeling bound. Somebody was trying to bind you spiritually as well, too, is what they were trying to do. But it's something, again, with you being able to tap into, like, your inner counsel is what I'm hearing. It's something with you, again, this intuition and getting the truth. And being able to see the chaos. Being able to see, even though, you know, it was chaos around you, you were fine. But again, it's something with, you know, somebody mastering some type of skill. You've even went through some type of healing or something like that while you were sleeping as well, too. Look, Hierophant energy. See, somebody was taught somebody is working under some type of spiritualist or somebody who's supposed to have some type of spiritual insight. When it came to your Nine of Bricks, your financial independence, you being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you know, you being able to reap like a nice harvest, like they wanted to burden you, and they were doing this using your friends. See, This Three of Brooms. That's how they was getting the foresight. Yeah. It's something with this Hierophant energy, though, seeing the victory, seeing you gain some type of success, you know, with this Eight of Spears. In the reverse, this Hierophant energy, the spiritualist may have told this person, if you take certain actions or if you figure certain things out, you know, in a certain amount of time, then, again, you would be able to take some type of action. Like you figured out a puzzle, you put some shit together, rapid rate. Look, Ace of Spears, that's what I'm saying, mental clarity. It's giving me this person ignored that. This Emperor may have ignored that. You know, they wasn't expecting you to level up the way that you level up. Boss up, to believe in yourself is really what it's giving me. They should know that the divine always win, though. You know what I mean? This person was working with the devil. See, that's what I'm saying. Somebody ignored the fact that this shit would be a tower. This shit would change quickly, abrupt change. Something would get real chaotic when it came to this Five of Cans energy. This antagonizing you, this trying to belittle you, this trying to make you feel less than. You ain't never been that type of person. Never. Gator ain't never been about that shit. Ain't never been about that mess. You know? They should have played it clean when they had your heart, is what I'm hearing. It's something about you having emotions involved, but Libra, come on now, baby. You the scale, you the justice, you're the justice system, you the law. What the fuck you talking about? Strength, that's what I'm saying. See? It's something about in this chaotic moment, like you still gaining some type of strength, you still being brave, you know? Yeah. Somebody thought that you was having some type of creative blockages while you were tending to yourself. They thought that you was walking away with your tail tucked between your legs is what it is when you got in this Eight of Cups. Look, Empress, that's what I'm saying. You're an Empress, though. It's something with you being able to produce. You produce growth, baby. Ain't no motherfucking lacking. So with this Ace of Brooms, this new action that you took, again, you serve justice. What I say, Libra? What do we have here? Type of shit. I wish I could show you the card. I promise you, it's like you know how to make something out of nothing type shit. You'll never be hungry. You know how you have like that grandmothering, remember I said that older shit, like that elder energy, baby. You can make a meal out of any motherfucking thing. You'll never be hungry, and nobody around you will never be hungry either. What the fuck is you talking about? Talk about getting it 1,000 different ways. Come on now. You just as comfortable. Shit. It's definitely got something to do with some type of partnership. And see, that's what I'm saying. You got this 10 of bricks, baby. I hear the divine has bestowed gifts upon you. It's something with you being, again, brought up. You being chosen. You being, baby, you stable. You stable. You stable, stable, stable. That's why you ain't worried about it. That's why you ain't comfortable. That's why you ain't comfortable. Yeah, we gonna X that out. That's why you absolutely comfortable. You know what I mean? That's why they uncomfortable. They ain't comfortable. Correction. We already said off top, in this Queen of Cups, Hangman energy, that Pisces energy, you know, the Pisces is 12th house that deal with the house of hidden enemies as well, too. So you already know who the fuck the hidden enemy is, so what you uncomfortable for. You know what you need to know. It is what it is. Again, you ain't no competing. Ain't no competing. That competition is out the window. Soon as a motherfucker find out that you figured out that they thought they was competing with you, they scared. They scared. Because if they feel like you competition and unbeknownst to you, what the fuck they think you gonna do, and you know they trying to compete with you. Spirit said, eat my dust type shit. That's what I'm saying. Death. That shit done. You reaching this 10 of bricks. You getting this upliftment, this praise from not only your peers, but also your ancestors, like your spirit team. Again, it's like something with generational, you know what I mean, this bloodline energy. Like, something has ended, something has changed when it came to the work that these people was doing with trying to keep you in this hangman energy, trying to bind you spiritually. Like, they can't do none of that shit. 3 of bricks. See, that collaborating again, 13 bricks out here, baby, it ended. It's dead. Somebody felt like they actually was making success. They actually had paved the road somewhat. Look, with this spiritualist, that work, that name, that good name, you know. Because the spiritualists seem to have been comfortable too, but now they being burdened as well due to these friends that they had, this linking up, this spell work that they did, all this razzling and dazzling. Yeah. Some shit done ended. Done changed. Done metamorphed. This a little bit different. What's going on with this foresight? And see, they got their eye on you the whole time, because your shit ain't like they shit. Look, King of Cans. Somebody trying to balance their emotions and use their intuition. This past person, this King of Cans, is somebody, again, that emperor. That emperor. Yeah, this emperor was ignoring the warning signs. Now they in regret from what they see. This foresight is what it is. They in regret because you done released yourself from this mental entrapment. You actually got free. You actually got free. This flying monkey only had so much time, you know what I mean, to get you in this mental entrapment, get your mind stuck, but it seems that you had what you needed again, and you was able to change shit quickly. What's this 5 of bricks energy? You got a King of Brooms that's in chaos right now. Somebody taking some type of financial loss or something like that. They trying to send somebody out to do their dirty work is what it is. That's what caused the Tower. That's how they got involved with that spiritualist. And now everything fucked up for everybody. Look, 4 bricks in the reverse. They was trying to be greedy. See, when it came to their strength, they was trying to flex their strength when it came to this new beginning. See, so what it lets me know is you may have disconnected from somebody and they was all right. They was doing pretty good for themselves, just like you was doing good for yourself. But see, they wanted to do better than you. They wanted to do better than you. They wanted to seem like their harvest was bigger. They wanted their harvest and they wanted your harvest too. You know? And that's where they fucked up at. That's what about that bad. They got the hating. And then that's right. That's how it happened. Knight of bricks, Queen of bricks. See? With this Knight of bricks energy, this speaks of somebody doing something on routine. On routine. Somebody continuously, they was loyal. Loyal to creating imbalances for this Queen of bricks in the reverse. But see, when it comes to this Knight of bricks energy, this lifestyle that you live, to hell with the luxury. It's luxury because you love what you do. You know, you love your life. You passionate, you happy. That's what makes it luxury. It ain't even the material shit, but yes, you able to take care of yourself. You know? But again, you comfortable. You comfortable. Queen of bricks in the reverse. You having this divine inheritance. You tapping into this grand stability. You being gloated on, protected, uplifted, supported the way that you are. It's justice. It's justice for the work that you have done. You ain't just not did no work. You ain't sat around and, you know, just sat on your hands and expected, you know, everything to fall out the sky. You operated in truth even in times when, you know, things seemed like they was weighing heavy. You still showed up. You still kept your head on like you, yeah, right. I hear that Tupac that keep your head up. Yeah. Man, y'all have to listen to that. That's just going. But you got 4 brooms. See? With this 4 brooms, it speaks of some type of conflict somebody was having with ending something. These people, again, like they fussing at each other. They fighting with each other. Because remember how I said you was expecting everybody to play their part, so you wasn't double checking nobody work. See? These people did have a part to play. It seemed like they couldn't play their part on either end, though, if you ask me. Because how the fuck is they fighting with it? You know what I mean? If you was the target, they should still be able to do whatever it was they gonna do with your ass, whether you know about it or not. You know? It should be even better that you know about it now, because now it would be fair, right? But no, they having conflict. They arguing. They wanted to compete with each other on who was the best worker, who could do the best razzling and dazzling. Three of Spears in the reverse. Now they want to talk about moving on. They want to let it go. They done being in their emotions with this collaboration with this spiritualist or whoever it was they was working with. Because again, everybody burdened. Somebody saying, you told me, you know what I mean, to go to them, or you brought me to, you know what I mean, like and I'm telling you, see, that's what I'm saying. 6 of Cans. Somebody made another person an offer. They gave this person this. It was some type of trusting energy, like some type of exchange, a mutual exchange. You was trusting you were going to help me. But now somebody is moving on from whatever little offering that they was given. And again, they trying to be balanced, you know, when it comes to their intuition, because it's like somebody had a lot of different illusions. They had a lot of different options in their mind, you know, but again, with this 3 of Brooms, now they looking from a different position. King of Bricks in the reverse, see? 7 of Brooms in the reverse. Somebody was being greedy and they exhausted now. They exhausted with all the steps they being told to take with this Magician in the reverse. Okay. So, King of Bricks in the reverse, King of Wands. Somebody tried to be greedy and they took action to make something real chaotic for you. Because they thought they had authority. They was invested in being able to call judgment. 7 of Brooms in the reverse, though. They exhausted, now they tired. They was caught off guard by some shit, being greedy again. Greedy. You got the 4 bricks in the reverse right next to it now again. Somebody was being greedy. Greed was what was fueling them. Again, and this Ace of Cups is in the reverse. Shit done been blocked off to them now. Because with this 9 of Brooms, there's something about you being on guard. Something about you, you know, knowing how to protect yourself. Yeah. It's something about you being prepared, even in this chaos. Like I keep on saying, like you prepared. I'm telling you. And it keep on coming up in this line, baby. This Empress energy. You is not worried about a fucking feather falling on your head. You have already taken the actions that you needed to take in order to secure your comfort. You know who you are. Not only on the outward level, but also on the internal level. And you ain't trying to be nothing no different than that. You know who you walk with. You ain't got no point to prove to nobody. And baby, you simply just walking. Again, in the fact that you on guard, you're prepared the way that you are. Like, it caused some type of breakdown, some type of tower to the action that this person was able to take towards you or something like that. Like something is, again, it's chaotic for another person because they don't have an opening. These people don't have an opening. Right. Wheel of Fortune. 6 of Brooms. Something was unpredicted when it came to, you know, somebody feeling responsible for something or the action, you know, that, again, they were to take or something like that. 2 of Cans. Somebody had some type of missing antidote. And they didn't realize that as you were helping them, they were leaking their resources. Because you see how she pouring the oil on the arm. The oil is the main thing that he need. Look at his hand down here. He pouring the goddamn oil out. So you being on guard was actually unpredicted, see? Because they was viewing you as this Queen of Bricks. They was viewing you as being unstable is what they thought. They was viewing you as having some type of weakage, you know, in the link. Yeah. And now when it comes to this Six of Brooms, again, it's some fighting, you know, because something done came to completion or something is on display or something like that. When it comes to, you know, whatever little victory somebody thought they was going to get. It's really giving that it's being seen now. Yeah. It's something with somebody's structure. How disciplined you are. It's like the head person, right? Ten of Spirits. See, that's what I'm saying. The head person being attacked because it's like y'all sent us, like you sent us out here. You know what I mean? On this bullshit, you knew that this person was like this. You knew that this would take, you knew certain shit. This spiritual is having some type of mental breakdown, though, Libra. I don't know, baby. The baby, when I say justice, somebody's mind is playing tricks on them, for real. It's some type of painful ending taking place. Due to them moving on with this collaboration. The spiritualist didn't check. C5 of Spirits, that's what I'm saying. This manipulation, they didn't check before they gave this help. They gave this offering. Somebody may have given somebody something to give to you. Yeah. This was some toxic shit. See, somebody was operating out of ego. They were being very negative, and everybody is paying. Everybody that was in this contract, everybody paying. Ten of Cans, look, this dream, this Ace of Spears, they felt like they had the perfect idea. Seven of Spears, they was getting away with this shit. Look, Six of Spears, helping each other. Throwing rocks, hiding their hands. Then your spirit team came up, showed you how to juggle shit. Showed you that you was in a stalemate, but you still was protected, right? You was encouraged to create. Create. Keep booming. You got what you need. You know what I mean? It's something what you're receiving, some type of messages, some type of downloads, ideas, like to create, baby. Something with you being real fun, real young-hearted. And they watching you. Look. Queen of Spirits, King of Spirits, they watching you. And they feel a certain type of way. Because what? You got the Ace of Bricks, baby. Booming. Church is chicken. You got the aces. Ain't shit they could do about it. Nothing they could do about it, Libra. That was your read. I like this, baby. That was your read, Libra.